Halloween night, the one time of year when the line between the living and the dead grows thin. Every October, people post their terrifying experiences online. True or not, no one can say. But tonight, I'll share 3 of those stories from Reddit, stories that made thousands lose sleep, and question what really happens on Halloween. What if the best Halloween night of your life became the last memory you ever had? I was in college when it happened. My best friend Jordan threw a huge Halloween party in an abandoned farmhouse just outside town. We had fog machines, fake cobwebs, strobe lights, everything. Around midnight, someone suggested we play a game they found online called the mirror game. Everyone thought it was dumb until the power went out. Every phone light flickered off, leaving us in total darkness. The only light came from the single candle in front of the mirror. We laughed at first, thought it was part of the vibe, until we saw our reflections. There were 6 of us in the room, but in the mirror, there were 7. The extra face wasn't any of ours. It was a man wearing a black mask. No eyes, no mouth. He stood perfectly still behind us. When we turned around, no one was there. The candle went out. Then we heard breathing, not ours, deeper, heavier. Something cold brushed past my neck, and I swear I heard someone whisper, "Don't look back." We bolted outside, laughing nervously, pretending it was a prank. But the next morning, Jordan didn't answer his phone. When we went back to the farmhouse, the mirror was shattered, and in the broken glass, you could still see a shadow standing behind you. Another story. We thought we were too old to go trick-or-treating, but that Halloween, we wished we never went out at all. It was Halloween night 2011. 4 of us, me, Jake, Sam, and Lily, wanted one last adventure before graduation. We dared each other to visit every house in town, even the creepy ones. There was one we'd always avoided, a dark old home at the end of a dead-end street. No decorations, no pumpkins, just a hand-painted sign that read, "Don't knock after midnight." Of course, Jake thought it'd be funny to do exactly that. He banged on the door 3 times. Silence. Then, we heard slow, dragging footsteps from inside. The door creaked open. No one stood there. Just a single bowl of candy on the floor and a note, "Take 1 and leave." Jake laughed, scooped a handful, and we all ran down the steps. But halfway down the street, all the house lights around us flickered and went black. The air turned icy. From behind us came the sound of bare feet slapping on pavement. Slap, slap, slap. We turned. Nothing. Then Jake screamed. His candy bag burst open. Every piece bitten in half, tiny teeth marks visible. That night, Jake's front porch was covered in candy wrappers, all chewed. He swore he heard someone whisper his name outside his window. The next morning, his window was open, and on the glass were small, sticky handprints, child-sized, but the house was miles from any neighborhood. Another story. I grew up in a small Appalachian town where Halloween was treated differently. My grandmother made me memorize 3 rules before October 31st. 1, don't carve pumpkins after dark. 2, don't answer knocks after midnight. 3, never follow the sound of children laughing in the woods. I thought it was just superstition, until Halloween 2005. I was 12, and I broke rule number 3. Around 11 p.m., I heard children laughing outside my window. It was soft at first, then louder, moving toward the forest line. I thought it was my cousins, so I grabbed a flashlight and followed. The deeper I went, the stranger it got. My light started to flicker. The laughter stopped. Then, I saw them, pale faces glowing faintly, eyes too wide, lips blue from the cold. They looked like kids, but they weren't breathing. One of them tilted their head and said, "You heard us. Now you stay." I dropped the flashlight and ran. When I reached home, every carved pumpkin on our porch was shattered, smashed from the inside out. My grandma was crying, holding salt in her hands, whispering something in an old language. She said, "They marked you, but you ran fast enough I didn't sleep that night." And ever since then, every Halloween, I hear that same laughter outside my window. But I never open the curtains. Never again.